Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be answering some of you guys' questions. Recently, I asked on Instagram, give me the best questions or some of the questions you have regarding being a day trader or day trading in general. I took some of the best ones and I'm going to be breaking them down and answering you this question. There's going to be a lot of value, a lot of information, a lot of sauce shared into this video. So make sure before we get into it, you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos, the like button, and I'm sure you'll learn something about day trading or what it becomes to be a day trader. Maybe it's gonna give you some inside information if you too want to become a day trader or not. The first question is, do you have a rule of thumb when setting stop losses to not get stopped out so quickly? Now, it's a question I get a lot, is stop losses. Where should your stop loss be? We always talk about having a stop loss in every trade, understanding your risk to reward. And the answer is, the real truth is that not all stop losses are created equal. For example, if you're trading a 0-day expiration, the contract moves a lot. So your stop loss, you want to keep it tight, but also not too tight to where it just stops you out. Well, if you have a 1-day or a 2-day or next week's expirations or shares, you can have a wider stop. My general rule of thumb is going to be, do not have your stop losses based on percent of your contract, rather just follow the chart. Understand where your support is, and below that you should be getting out, but at the same time you should also be waiting for the candle to close. So it's a big rule that I have, is I always tell the stream, tell the chat, spoke about it in the masterclass, is I don't have hard stops. Like, I understand, let's say I have a support of 100 and below 100 is kind of when the bears take over and I should close out my position. I will wait for that, maybe the 5-minute or 50-minute candle, depending on the time frame I'm trading, for the full candle to close, because sometimes you hit your stop loss, goes below it, and then quickly goes right back above. I'm sure that's happened to many of you guys. I'm sure that's probably why this person asked me that, is because you hit your stop losses and then it quickly, actually you're right, and it goes the other way. So big rule that I have is I don't set hard stop losses. Now that can be a double-edged sword. For me it works because I've been trading for a while, so I kind of know when I should be stopping out or not, and I like to wait for the full candle to close. Next question, what are some good discipline or habits that you think will help improve trading? It's a great question. Some of the habits that I have developed is actually turning off my profit and loss, and I see not a lot of people do that, and I'm not sure if you can do that on every broker, but I trade using Thinkorswim. One of my biggest habits that really helped me a lot was turning off my profit and loss. To this day, I cannot see my profit and loss unless I go to a different window to look at it. That helps me. Why? Because I'm not focused on the money, and the biggest mistake people make and beginners make is focusing on the money. I understand that trading kind of is people get in for the money, but you need to learn it and understand it and focus on the chart and let the money follow. It's one of those things that once you understand the charts and you only trade in the charts, the money will just follow. So you gotta have faith in your place and not just take follow on the money. It's kind of one of those things. It's like, you may have heard this quote, see green, take green. So like, you're up a little bit, you take that money. It's actually really wrong. You should only be taking profits at your profit target levels, which you should establish. That's how you develop your risk reward, your risk management. Because if you take your profits too soon and then you let your losers run too long, your risk management will be all over the place and you'll just never become profitable. One of the biggest things with trading is risk management, and once you master that and you develop how to build your risk management, your trading will kick up a gear and you'll do really well. Some other habits I like to chart for 30 minutes before the market opens. Now, do I do that every day? Unfortunately, I don't really, but when I was first starting, I promised you I was doing that all the time. And another habit is having my watch list be 5 stock or less. So don't focus on too many stocks. Realistically, 3 or less is even better. I'll just say 5 because sometimes we want to look at a couple things more. And yeah, don't overtrade. It's another big one. Don't take more than 3 trades a day. That's some of my rules, some of my habits that I like to do when I'm trading. Another question is, realistically, can you make enough money with only stock trading in the options? I guess they're asking if you can make money trading shares versus options. Yes, you can. You just need a lot more money. It's just that simple. Now, a great way to do that is getting funded. Get on a funded account where you can put up just a little bit of money and they give you a lot more money to trade with. The thing with shares is, let's say you want to buy a share of Tesla that's $150. The stock moves $5, so now you put $150 to make $5, right? So if you want to make a good amount of money, you're gonna have to put up a lot more money. So you're gonna need a lot more capital. So not everyone has access to that. And the two best ways is trading options, which, yes, it's more risky, but it's also more rewards. Or another option is get on a funded account. If you're not familiar with what a funded account is, you pay some money to a company and they give you capital to trade with, and if you pass their challenges, you can get funded, and once you're funded, you can trade with their money and keep 90% or so of the payouts. so it gives you access to a lot more capital, which a lot of people might not have. Next question, how do you develop your trading strategy? Your trading strategy will only be developed by screen time. So you have to go through trial and errors. You're gonna have to learn some things, maybe support and resistance, and put them together. Maybe certain EMAs you like to add on, maybe certain pattern like a bear flag or bull flag. It's gonna be trial and error, and what you understand the most eventually is what you're gonna gravitate towards, and that's how you develop your trading strategy. Find someone that you like to learn from. If you like me, the link will be down below. I always trade live every single day with the Discord. You can learn from me and focus on only that person, learn their strategies, and once they start working and start making sense for you, you'll develop your strategy. But it's always going to be trial and error. That's why we preach paper trading or trading with very little amount of money, so that you can first understand your strategy and then develop it and build emotional skills of trading with real money. But when you're kind of building your strategy, you should be paper trading and keeping track. I like to keep track on a notepad. The trade I took, how did it end up, and why I took it. The why I took it is very important because I'm understanding what strategy that trade was around. For example, I like to trade some liquidity grabs, supply and demand, support and resistance, understanding what trades I'm doing that are performing at the best, and then focus around those strategy. If you don't keep track of your trades and you don't have any data on your trading, you're just never going to develop any strategy. It's as simple as that. You gotta take your trading very serious. You gotta write down every trades you take. If you went down, if you went good, why? If you went bad, why didn't go bad? And then with all the data that you have collected, figure out what strategy works best for you. Next question, best trading platform for options trading. I use Thinkorswim. That's all available in the US. It's a little complicated platform, but what I like to use the most. Some other good ones if you're in the US will be Webull. If you're out of the US, some other good ones will be Interactive Broker. That's gonna be the main one I can recommend. I'm sure there's some other ones out there, but those are the ones that I would recommend. Interactive Brokers, if you're out of the US and in the US, Thinkorswim and Webull are probably the top two. As a day trader, can you make profit in any market? Yes, guys, if you are a day trader, so you guys can see you can make money if the market is going down. I made a lot of money when the market is going down. I probably make more money when the market goes down than when the market goes up. So you can always profit, you can always take advantage of any opportunities as long as you have the skills to find those opportunities. We make money when the market goes up, when the market goes down, when there is volatility, there is movement. We love that as day traders. We take as much as we can advantage of it. Of course, if you're an investor, it's really hard to make money during a bear market because stocks go down. But as a day trader, we don't really worry about that. We just worry about whatever the intraday price action is. We make our money, we get in, we get out, and it's all over. Of course, easier said than done. You gotta be an expert and understand kind of what you're looking at when you're looking at charts. But you can always make money no matter what the market is. This is a good question. Do you run your trades through an Inc. corporation? I do not. There is no actual tax benefits through running through an LLC or anything like that. What you can do, and it's a little bit of sauce, is you can run it through a solo IRA. It's a really complicated tax process where you don't really have to pay any taxes. It's a version of Roth IRA, but it's only available to if you are self-employed. I believe, look up into solo IRA. That is something you can do. If you guys are ever familiar with Mitt Romney, he made over $250 million with stocks, paid zero taxes. He ran it through a solo IRA setup. Of course, those were some long-term holds. He didn't really day trade it, but it's something that you can do. I'm not a tax expert. I do not run all my trades through an LLC or a corporation. To be honest, it's not no real tax benefits from it. If you really have a lot of investments, look in some solo IRAs and some different types of IRAs. If you're self-employed, another thing you can do though is this: if you're trading, even though you're personal, you can write off your trading setup, any losses you may have taken trading, maybe your monitor, your Wi-Fi, wherever your desk that you buy, and your desk and your keyboard. You have up to 2 years, even if you don't make money. I believe it's 2 years. You can still write off all those things before it doesn't count anymore because your business is not making any money and the government just thinks you're trying to write off stuff. What's your biggest tip when it comes to risk management? When it comes to risk management, is always going to be take your losses quickly, cut your losses quickly, and let your winners run. It's going to be the main one, right? Because even if you have a high risk to reward, even if your win percent is really low, you'll end up being profitable in the long run, and that's what most people don't understand. Don't always look for the home runs as well. That's another thing to understand. That with the $500 challenge thing that we kind of did, I showed $500 with really good risk management, cutting your losers quick and letting your winners run. You're able to make $4,500 a month, and we're only risking $500. So that's something to understand, you know. Catch your losers quick, you can always get back in. There's always the next day. Was one bad day in the market can ruin you, but one bad big day will never make you. So you can make $500 and then you flip into 10,000. You can easily take the 10,000 back to zero. You can take 100,000 and go back to zero. So that's a really big lesson to learn. Also, once you start making profit, I tell people this all the time. Let's say you make $1,000, you flip it into 2,000. Take that $1,000, take it out, and hold on to and then only trade with 1,000. Pay yourself, because ask yourself this: you're trading with 2 times the amount of money, or you're a 2 times better trader? More likely not. So, pay yourself. What is the best way to learn from you? Well, the best way to learn from me is follow me on my YouTube. We have a ton of free information. If you want to invest in your education, I have the course. Actually, really kind of better in the course right now. We have the masterclass running. May 22nd it will start. It will be a beginner-friendly masterclass. We're going to break down everything from price action, supply and demand, support and resistance, all the fundamentals of trading and how you can get started into trading, learning your setups and everything in between. It will be 2 weeks, every single day. 5 mentors. It also gives you access to 3 months of chat room. So 3 months chat room is $300. Masterclass is $390. You're paying $90 for all this information. Will be a lot of fun. A lot of beginners are going to be they're going to have their life changed, and it's going to be their start of a great trading career. We're going to make sure their fundamentals are down packed, and it's a lot of things. A lot of issue I'm having with intermediate and more advanced traders, that fundamentals are not good. Yes, they know what things are, but if your fundamentals are not good, you'll never really be able to take yourself to the next level. So going back sometimes and work on the basics is the best things you can do. So if you're interested in that, I'll probably leave the link down below or something like that. So it's gonna be great. Limited spots. Make sure you get yourself a spot. Do you think anyone can become a successful day trader? No, I definitely think that most of you guys watching cannot become a day trader. Out of 100 people, I think maybe 2 have the personality for it. It's a really hard job. It's a pretty lonely job. It's very low rewarding. It's very much that like you are versus your own person. You have to learn yourself. You have to do everything yourself. You have to go look for the answers. You have to go look. You have to go find where to look to learn. So it's just not a very easy job. It's not guaranteed. One day you might be up 1,000. The next day maybe you lose 1,000. So maybe you won't make money for a while. It's really hard to look for kind of light at the end of the tunnel. You gotta be kind of in a decent position yourself also financially. I think it's even harder if someone has a family, because it's very time consuming day trading. When I first started, keep in mind guys, I was 17. I was in high school. I went to join the army. I came back. I was 18, 19, 20. I was just going to college and had a part-time job. I still lived at home, so I had all the extra time and stuff to learn and kind of like develop as a trader. And I think also if you're a very over emotional person, it's really hard. I've never been too crazy emotional person, so I've always been pretty like level-headed or whatnot, whatever you want to call it. So trading kind of came a little, I don't want to say easy, but probably easier than a lot of other people. And yeah, definitely don't think it's for everybody. I think everyone should at least try to learn it. It's a great skill to know at any point in time in your life, even if you're long-term investing. Understanding key levels where to buy certain assets is always going to be great, and there's a lot to learn in day trading even as your own person. So I think everybody should try it, see if it's for you, and then a few people that it's for, it can be really, really rewarding. Like not just me, but a lot of people out there make a ton of money trading for the ones that are successful, and can definitely be achievable if you have the right potential for it. Well, that's all guys. We had a ton of great questions. I hope you learned a bunch about day trading and trading in general, and what it takes to become a trader, or something about trading you didn't know before. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'll try to answer to everybody. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button, give the button a like as well, and peace.